Okay, 2 matches against ForGG. So one of the champion tier players who did his military and came back to beat the crap out of NA ladder. Amazing. 6K Terran. I get slapped both games, but it was really good practice. After this first game, I actually thought to myself, give me ForGG again. You're drunk, bro. Feels good watching this election. Is it funny? A lot of people had planned to get drunk today. Put it on their calendar. Whether you win or lose, it's pretty stressful. Might as well party. Same lol. Okay. Reaper's harassing. I didn't lose any drones, but I did lose a Ling. And then I took my third pretty early. I did lose 1 drone. Here's the thing about playing against a way higher level player. The moves that they're making, any individual move, it kind of makes sense and it's fairly simple to articulate. The compositions they make are the same as compositions of players 1000 mm or lower. The difference is the tempo of every single thing they do over the course of the entire match. ForGG is very fast. Every movement of his Reaper, it just happens a little bit earlier. His build, all the different steps are falling into place a little bit earlier. And it feels more so like it's hard to keep up with a player like this than it does that I can't understand what he's doing. Pretty much all the steps are just standard macro. Quick third CC. I'm droning up, keeping my bases injected, taking my third, spreading my creep, doing stuff. I have a worker lead. I'm still making workers. I could use an overlord up here so I could see when those Hellions are driving up there. It's a gap in my vision. Viking kills my overlord. But I have 3 overlords on the way. Okay. Soupy lol. I transfuse you. Stay hydrated, bro. Okay, the queen did kill the Viking. So what's the state of the game right now? He's doing some Liberator harass. He's got 49 workers to my 50. So my worker count, if this was Rogue versus ForGG, Rogue would probably have 60 drones or maybe 65. Just by virtue of everything being a little bit faster. Same kind of deal as I was mentioning. Yeah, 55 coming out. 60. 60, come on. There we go. 61 workers. Third base is coming up. There's actually a pretty long window of time where this doesn't have much in terms of defense. It's not a huge window, but he's keeping all of his stuff here because the majority of the workers are between these 2 bases. This base has fewer. But if I have 15 lings, is it worth sending them around? That would leave me more exposed. I would have to make more lings if I wanted to counterattack and also defend myself. So I'm getting 1/1 upgrades. I've got my Spire. I'm trying to play Lingbane Muta. It's difficult, but I think it's worth practicing. Okay, that was dumb by me. I should not chase Hellions off creep. There are so many different ways that they can like put them against a wall. They can drive through here and then you can't surround them at all. If you're on creep, the Lings can do pretty well against Hellions, but in this case they're off creep. And this was probably the biggest mistake of the match that I'm about to make, which is my queens fighting these off creep. Now I'm dead because all these Marines are coming over with stim and medevac support. And this is a really important piece for me overall in the match. I have 8 queens total. And queens gain value over time with their energy. And I'm about to lose 5 different investments that are gaining value because they feel like they can beat Hellions. They can, but they can't chase these off creep. So they should basically just stay here, protect the tumors as the tumors are going out, because they can retreat really easily and the lings can support them. So yes. Ouch. And I did kill a lot of this, but if you look at the units lost tab, it's gonna be bad. Yeah. I did kill Liberator for free, and the Viking after I got 2 Overlord kills. So all in all, it's not over, but that was a very large blunder. Chasing Hellions off creep. Badideas.com. Making queens. Making mutas. This map is really difficult to play Lingbane Muta. I don't know why I keep trying to do it. It's worked sometimes. If I'm facing someone who's around my MMR, I think I have a pretty good chance of winning with Lingbane Muta. But this is a really good map for mines and tanks. There are just so many rocks to kill. But really the key mistake was losing all my queens, because they would be able to assist with this push in a really big way. I would have probably had creep up to here by now if the queens were alive. And I did a ling counter, got in a decent bit of damage. But now he has the area between my bases, so I'm pretty much dead. Well, that's good. I mean, I feel like my early game wasn't terrible. I got up my build pretty decently. The issue was not being disciplined about my queen placement. If you're looking at your territory on the mini-map, they should be more or less centrally located. They can anchor a new base, that's a good place for them to be. But they shouldn't go forward off creep. Even if you're doing a Broodlord push, you might as well just creep to the location of the push, if you're bringing queens with it. So now we slowly die. This is one of those, like, by the numbers, I'm pretty much toast, but, you know, you fight it out because you're in tryhard mode. And the opponent could make some mistakes, you can catch up. But ForGG is really good. So he just powers up with the macro, using his production, taking his upgrades. 2-2's about to finish. And we die. Double turret here. Just minerals at the 4th base. Doing some ling counters. A good match overall. Well played, dude. How many mutas do you need to snipe a mine? 8? No, like 13. 13 to 14 with +1, and you can take them out pretty comfortably if you have detection. You need to kill it in a volley before it fires. Do not go off creep with the queens. Do not. Stop doing that. Stop. Okay. Match number 2 against ForGG. Let's see if we did any better. Is Carapace any good against mines for mutas? No, the mine shot counts as like magic. It's a spell kind of a thing. It's not a physical attack. So armor doesn't matter. That's why mines are kind of good against ultras. Mutas are more of a harass unit than a direct fighting unit, so most players take the attack upgrade. In Muta versus Muta, the armor upgrade is more value. But yeah. It's pure damage. It's holy damage! Holy Widow Mines, Batman. He's going for a similar build. Quick third CC, Liberator, Harass, Hellions and stuff. My queens aren't dead yet. I'm gonna laugh if my queens went off creep and died in both games. But I'll be a little bit sad at the same time. I killed his Liberator easily in both cases. My micro there could have been a little bit better. But we killed the stuff. Go, creep, go. Drone the third. Have you ever logged your major mistake to track which are your most commonly recurring themes? For whatever reason. I do set an emphasis for my next session based on how I mess up in the current one. So yes, in a way. So this would be the spore placement here. This spore is more for liberators, I think. I guess this is fine, but I could have the other spore here. This spore at the natural is kind of redundant with this one, because this would put a lot of damage on any medivac that went over. So 2 spores in the main, I would like in this case. Then I wouldn't have to commit my queens up to the main, and then they have to run back around to the 4th base. I could also consider this base as a 4th. I have an overlord here for some nice vision, so if I creep this, and if I creep this area, that would be pretty good. It is a little bit aggressive toward this location, though. I'm not sure. And some queens trying to defend. Don't chase him off creep. Ah, I didn't chase him off creep. Haha. If I had that second spore, it would be amazing right now. Let's get another spore here. I don't need to put it here because the queens from here can shoot anything that goes up this way. I just need to block this air location. So I'm thinking about this. This is the real estate that I need to cover from air. Nice. 2 spores in the main. Window memes. Okay, so killing the rocks is a thing that you're supposed to do. But I don't know. In this case, it's working against me. I failed to take any sort of initiative. I don't have any Banes in my composition, so my army is pretty weak right now. I just have pure Ling, and I didn't get Bane speed until I got 1-1 started. So I should probably get Bane speed a little bit faster if I want to do this style. Just makes defending everything easier. So when he sieges me with this, what does he have? He has no defense at his 3rd. He's taking a 4th. Ha! Yay! That's what I'm talking about. Putting a Ling at the 4th base location. I didn't even micro that. He just sensed it. The Ling saw the SCV and was like... Do you think more of the map or having overseers on the map for the incoming attack would help me better? I mean, yeah, creep is how you do that. Creep and overlord spread with marines and medivacs going around. It's hard to just put overlords everywhere, but you could try. Once again, a second spore right here would be super good. I'm just gonna 2 spore the main. I feel like I've made a breakthrough in understanding this map. This, right here. This is the ouch area. This is a good spore. Good job. And once this is up, it's really hard to harass. You would have to harass it with a bunch of Banes, which I think I try to do. I'm sending Lings into the 3rd. Sick. He did pull the workers away, but that's a nice time to harass. Lings in the 3rd is good. But I'm slowly dying. I've taken more damage than he has. A lot of it was just the zooming up here and doing shit. But I kept my queens alive, at least on creep. So that was an improvement. So earlier Bane speed, better spore coverage of the main would be things that would allow me to just generally be in a better spot. And now he has too much. So if you look at the supply, thank you, Todd, I'm dead. Good job, ForGG. Nice fight. I understand this map now. ZVT analysis of Billers of Gold. Gradually trying to figure out these maps. It is a blessing when you face a really strong opponent and they make a given like map feature like really obvious that you're not handling that correctly.